Alright, the final video solution, the final ever video that you'll see for these lessons. This is what I have here. You can see I actually have a new function called goToPosition. And what this goToPosition does is it essentially gets the x and y returned in tick values, and then it basically tells this target position to go to these exact y and x values on this field. So you can go like forwards, right, you can go anywhere on this field and then it'll always go back, well, always in quotation marks, go back to around the same position. Because the thing is that the wheels can slip a bit, and so then even motor encoders aren't reliable all the time. So you can see that, like for example here, I have a list of x values to go to, 42, 45.35, and 52. Those are very drastic values, and that depends on where the robot lands, either on this first one here, the second one here, the third one here. I found that the x value changed whichever one I went to. So I had to do a bit of kind of list functions here, basically just create a list, and then I got the in list of the x values, get the number of 1, 2, or 3, and then it'll basically put that into the x, and the y seem to be mostly consistent. And then down here I did another repeat loop. This is kind of putting everything all into one program here of repeating 3 times. It just shoots, goes over, shoots, goes over, and shoots, goes over. Now you can actually see that it's not actually that reliable, and I'm actually going to the third position up there, and you can hear the motor revving up before I get there, and then it tries to shoot, and it tries to shoot, and it tries to shoot. Something to think about is that you're not always going to be reliable. There are times where it's incredibly hard to get things, and you have to kind of balance guaranteed points versus kind of max points, because you can most likely guarantee. Now unfortunately my other program just showed that I couldn't actually get into the top goal, but I can imagine with a little bit more work I could reliably, much safer, get into the top goal than these power shots. That gets you 36 points, this gets you 45. It's a 9-point difference, but you could risk not even getting this 45 at all, like I just showed here. So it's just kind of something to think about. And now hopefully I've given you a lot of tools to be able to program your own autonomous for whatever game it is. Now, I understand that was a lot, and I agree, that was a lot. This is kind of all the stuff that I've been through for the first year of FTC. Now, I do have to say that I have been learning programming before FTC, so I did have a lot of kind of programming knowledge of kind of the logic and the math. But hopefully, if you kind of really study these and really kind of go through and understand what's here, I should have equipped you with a good tool belt to learn how to code, hopefully. If you haven't, or have any problems, suggestions, whatever that you want to tell me, you can again click on the bottom right. There should be a YouTube button to watch on YouTube, and then you can go and comment on this video and I'll be able to see it and then respond to you. So yeah, we are working on, of course, onBot Java. We're working on sensors, implementing those, and also servos and things, as well as implementing some new fields. And then hopefully we kind of want this tool to serve as kind of like a side-by-side with FTC of, oh, well, I wanted to quickly test my code, but the robot's currently being worked on. You can instead test it in here real quick. And another thing that you can actually do right now is with this last program here, I can hit new program and then export to onBot Java. Now you can't run this Java program, we don't have that set up yet, but you can kind of start to learn how to get into Java. And you can see it seems very similar. Front right dot set direction, DC motor simple dot direction dot reverse. Now it may seem like, well, how am I going to know to type in these exact values? Now something that FTC's onBot Java and Android Studio provides is an ability to kind of see every single thing that you can type. Now you can access that by hitting Control Space or by typing, for example, telemetry here and then dot. And then as soon as you hit that period, it will bring up a whole bunch of suggestions of things to see. Now currently we don't have that enabled, but that is something to kind of look into because it does definitely help, and that's kind of how I've learned script programming language. Of just simply typing and then hitting the period and then seeing a function. I'm like, well, I wonder how that works. Oh, okay, that's how that works. Basically just experimenting again. So yeah, you can kind of see like these are functions here. It's just kind of tiny things here and there that you eventually pick up on as you kind of go more and more into Java-based coding. So I'm glad that you took this journey with me of learning all the lessons and kind of the things that I've done with FTC, and I hope to see some really good programs out there, and I will see you in the new lessons.